Alright, welcome to today's video. We're looking at how to add to your normal defenses that you may have when you're defending a sector or an area. Beyond just trenches, which we already have built here as part of the map that it came with this map. So we have a lot of defenses already built in, but what are some ideas that go beyond the normal defenses like sandbags and digging a trench? We're going to look at those today. So we have Charlie Company here, and they have assorted equipment along with some engineer trucks and whatnot, and all kinds of soldiers that may be needed in this defensive idea. So first of all, we're going to grab a sniper, and he's going to be our forward observer. And he's going to use that scope he has on his rifle, and we're going to set him to hold fire. So he's on do not move and hold fire. He's going to be our scout, and we'll have him up here in this windmill. And then we're going to check his line of sight once he gets up there. Make sure he has a good view of what may be coming our way. We expect a German attack in a short amount of time. So he's climbing up there, and we're going to go in first person view mode as soon as he gets up there, and I'm going to check his view. So now I pressed Shift F and I got into his field of view. Now I'm hitting the E key, and I can move his scope around, his gun, and I see it's got a great view of what might be coming our way down that road. So I'll leave his view in the middle of the road, something like that. Get out of E, Shift F again, takes me out of his field of view, and we can see him up there, perfectly positioned as our forward observer. And of course, I've turned his offensive off so that he doesn't get, shoot before he's told to. Now that we have our observer and our forward scout set up, let's talk about how we can funnel the enemy to where we want them to be. If we didn't do that, the enemy might show up on this side where it figures we have a weak side, and it may well be weak, and flank us from this side, flank us from over on this side. Who's to say where they may show up? Well, we want to have some say in that. We want to help decide where they might show up, and then how we may destroy them in a kill zone. So let's have a couple soldiers with some space in their backpacks. Take a look into the engineering truck where we have barbed wire and tank traps and whatnot. The first guy's going to take some tank traps, and he's going to take some barbed wire. And I'll have him set out. So first we're going to set that up. So we'll move him out over here. Second guy, same thing. We'll have him grab some tank traps and some barbed wire. Alright, let's have him move over here also. So the first guy we're going to bring over here, and the second guy going to take over on the left side. So this guy, we assume that the Germans, since they have tanks, that they could just plow through this road, even though there's some gates up here and some stone gates and fences. They can pretty much plow anywhere they want. They may come through here, they may come through this field on this other side here. So we want to be able to help them decide where they're going to arrive. And that's the idea. So let's grab this guy. Let's have him. Now we can't move too far up because we know the Germans could be already in this town up here. So we do have to be somewhat careful. We're going to double click on our tank traps here to get them active, or hold down the shift key. We'll go to our little extras here, and there it is over there. You could drag it out over here to your hotkey, but I've got a bunch there already. But so you grab your tank trap button, hold down the shift key. I'm going to start to build in some tank traps to help them stop them coming in where we don't want them to show up. As stated, we want to decide where they're going to show up. So all along here, we're going to build some tank traps. So we got him doing that. And this guy will also be doing a similar idea. And we'll get him to and space them appropriately. You don't want them too close together, but you do want them to stop large tanks. So there's a unlimited supply, and we'll have them do it right up to the road there. So that's going to deter them from wanting to take that left and the right, and from flanking any big tanks around. Now let's grab another guy, and we can dump his sandbag building equipment, have him go to the engineer truck, and we can take a look, and have him grab a bunch. He doesn't, well, let's see what he doesn't need right now. His helmet. Get rid of one of those. A couple of these. We can pick those up again later. And alright, so he's got a fair amount of landmines. Let's have him move up. Now these are tank mines. So we're, as you can see, we're funneling them into the middle area here where we have more control. And we're going to continue that funneling. But so we want them to stay on the main road. That's what we've decided here. We could have blocked off the main road, but why not just have them come straight down the main road? And if they don't see us, they should, you know, have their equipment stay on the road. So if that's what they're going to do, we're going to mine that road with tank mines. Again, hold down the shift key, and we're going to have our guy mine this whole road with multiple mines anywhere they may show up in this area there. So now we have a bunch of tank mines in our funneled little area. He's going to lay those. Now we're going to have a guy. Let's take somebody, leave his shovels behind. Now he's going to pick up some large rockets that were stolen or confiscated from the last battle. Some large, leave his helmet off. Now these are very big. You can have him pick up another one, maybe you can't. No, looks like you can only take one at a time. That's fine, they're pretty heavy. These rockets, German rockets, were confiscated from a battle, and our officer decided to put them to good use. Since we don't have the equipment to fire them, that's a lot of explosive we can still make good use of. And since we have a sniper up here, we're going to have the guy drop off that piece, that bomb, that large rocket with a lot of explosive. And he's going to drop it right over here. And this is going to be one way that we're going to stop troops and really mess up the Germans. We'll get another guy. This will be our smoke soldier. He's going to be laying down a wall of smoke. So we have two smoke guys that will be smoking the perimeter at a given time. So we're going to have smoke also to confuse the enemy. For now, that's our second smoke guy. and we're going to have them set up to have smoke in their canisters. So we double click on the smoke rounds already. So those are set up. We have our bazooka guys that will be in position. This guy has some tank landmines. So we're going to have him lay those even more landmines, starting here and there. And in case the Germans do decide to come through here, we'll have even more landmines over there. And here. So we do have our tank traps set up along this side. And we can have him even do a couple more, I guess. So our tank traps are pretty much set now. This guy's got a few more to do, so we'll let him finish that. Our explosive guy should have dropped off our explosive up here, or ready to, so we'll grab him and we'll just drop this out of his backpack. Now that explosive is in view of our sniper up here, and if you haven't already guessed it, that high powered rifle, our sniper guy up here, we're going to double check. We're going to go into the view of our sniper guy.
Ready for orders.
Shift F, take control, and see if we, and we're going to fire just next to it, make sure we have it clear, and we do. And all we have to do is fire and hit that explosive, and this whole area will go up. If there's any German soldiers, that's going to wipe out a whole bunch of them if they're anywhere near when that goes up. Because a high-powered rifle will hit that explosive, that rocket round, and blow it up. So that's good. Shift F, we're back out of that. So we have our sniper set up for our little explosive round here. We're going to have him go out and pick up another one. So he's going to come pick up another one. We'll get another guy doing something else. We'll get a bazooka guy who's going to be in this little bunker here, which is elevated. And he's also going to be told to only fire back or hold fire until he's fired upon, or when I tell him to fire. So he'll be sitting in there waiting for any tanks that do make it through our little kill zone. So if all this fails, if our primary kill zone fails, which this will be the kill zone right up here, if that fails and a tank gets through somehow, his task is to take it out with a bazooka. So we have this guy, he's got another one. Let's have him go back, and he's going to place even another. We're going to have a chain explosion going all the way down here. So the next one is going to be here, and then we'll have one over here. Now we're going to grab some barbed wire from this guy up here. Now we're going to grab his barbed wire, double click, and hold down the shift key, and he's going to lay down a bunch of barbed wire now. Hold back troops. That's our secondary little fence to stop troops that may get around. Of course, the tank traps aren't going to stop troops, so just want to lay down a bunch of wire, barbed wire, to have them funneled into our little kill zone. Now this guy is ready to also put down, I think we're going to have him do a couple more tank traps. And get air top view here. Put one there, 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 there. And maybe there. Alright, so we'll let him continue on with that task. So our Killzone little operation is working nicely so far. We're going to take one smoke guy, as they have to be within range to smoke the enemy, and we're going to have him in a bush over here. Second guy is going to be in this bunker here, so his smoke canister can fire right up here, and same with the guy on the hill. He'll be able to fire his smoke right up here and just lay down. You can grab one of these and lay down several cans of smoke. Yeah, his little mortar, smoke mortar tube. Let's see where he is at. Oh, he's crawling. Let's get him to stand up and move up here. He'll be right at the top of the hill, maybe in the weeds here. Where's that the other guy? It's the other guy. Let's have him move. They tend to get down on the ground because they're of their mortar tubes, so we got him. So this guy will be ready, so we could go at any moment and double click again on the smoke, make sure they got smoke in the round. We can go direct control, and we can see as just test fire his range should be pretty good. He could put smoke in this field over here, and we'll just put down some test smoke. Depending on, oh, we hit that. So that was a good test. Now we know that we need to move him over up here. Hopefully our sniper's still, our sniper's okay up there. So yeah, you want to test things because you can have unfortunate accidents like that. So we're going to move our smoke guy over to this side. But that's working nicely. They'll be able to put down smoke right here in the kill zone. The Germans, we want them confused. We want them funneled into this kill zone. And this guy also, secondary smoke, should be able to, hopefully that smoke he's got in his round, I think it is. Yeah, smoke. You can see in the cursor, in the middle of the cursor, it tells you what he's firing. So they'll be able to lay down a whole line of smoke if we need it, as you can see. Alright, so that's working good. And of course, we're going to have some special little treats waiting for them in the form of a flamethrower, which is going to be inside this house. We're going to have them break a window and be ready to fire anything that comes down this road and fire flame outside of this window here. And it does work. I've tested the flamethrower. If you have them set up correctly, so when he gets up there, now he's in that window, you see? That's even better. We'll have him in this window. We could put him up there, I guess. That works. Oh, let's see if that window works. Oh, looks like that's not working, but this is even better actually. So now he's in front of that window. Let's zoom in. He's got his flamethrower. We want him to break out the window first, so we have him selected and we hit the E key. Normally that causes them to break the window. I'm not sure why he didn't break it. Maybe it's because he has the nozzle. If he had a weapon, he would have broke it. So let's just see if we can get this set up just right. Let's go in this window. Let's get another soldier in there to break that window for him. We have to be ready for all these possible. We have a Piet guy which will be put to use. Let's have the soldier move up here. Get him going to this window and he'll break out the window. Usually they break out the window. I think because it's a fire nozzle, it's a bit short. Maybe that's why I didn't break it out. But anyway, let's have this soldier move in there. And he can be backup too for this guy. He'll protect the flamethrower dude a little bit. So we got him. We go in direct control. Alright, so that window's busted out now without any flame problem. It's strange though, normally they just break the window, you don't have to shoot. That might be just some quirk. But anyway, now we have our flame guy in a window that's busted out. So in theory, we'll break out both windows. There, see how he just broke it just when I hit the E key? I'm not sure why that. Normally they break out the window and prepare to fire just by hitting the E key. But now so we have our flamethrower dude. He has 18 units of flame in his canister, in his tanks. And let's just back up here and see if we can do a test shot without burning down the house. And that works nice. So he's going to be able to fire, and he'll do that automatically if you have your flamethrower guy set up right, and there's ways to do that. Generally, if you go to his properties, so if you click on him in F3, go to his properties. Sometimes if your in-game flamethrower dudes aren't actually functioning automatically, sometimes hit this breed button and make sure that there's fuel in the fuel container. Instead of it being liquid, change that to fuel. Sometimes that helps. Sometimes they do it automatically, but I found sometimes that helps. Alright, so he's all set up to fire automatically down that road. So we have multiple little surprises in our kill zone set up. We could also have a Piet soldier, so we're going to go back in F1. And he will be in this bunker over here as a secondary safety factor. And then when he gets in there, we'll turn him in the right direction. So now personnel mines. We're going to have our mine. So we do have some. It looks like he set up the a bunch of barbed wire, a little funky though, but that will help funnel them in the right position. We can change that also. I think you could go to F2 on our side. No, I guess you have to be F3, and you can just, I'm not sure why he did it that way, who knows, doesn't matter. But you can just clean it up here. Maybe he's setting too many. It's probably just the way I did it. I probably did it wrong. But using the Z key, you can just clean that up a bit and move them around. So that's no big issue there. So you kind of run out of room with positioning some of them. I put them too close together, I think, being a little too safe. I could probably get rid of this. So that's done. Alright, that's good for now. You get the idea. Go back to F1, take this dude, have him come back to the engineering truck, and pick up some personnel mines. Where's our other mine, or there's our other guy. We'll have him come back for some pop-up mines, anti-personnel mines from the truck. We have this guy with another, gonna have him drop out of his inventory, another large, and now these will, the kinetic energy from this explosion will set off this explosion, so there'll be a chain reaction, and that's what we're looking at. So he's coming to pick up another one of those, and of course we're going to have our big guns, we're going to have our crews with their field guns all set up. The normal situation of setting up for a battle. Some of these soldiers. Now these guys want to be up here in an elevated position, right about there. And we're going to build their sandbags. And of course, you know, you're going to position your guns in good positions, obviously. This video is not so much about the obvious, you know, way you put your guns. This is more about secret little Killzone weapons and funneling idea. So we can have some more specialty soldiers up there. And another great idea is to have a artillery signal gun dude in a nice position to call in artillery. And also, of course, we want our officer, which will be our secondary spotter. He's going to be right up here behind these sandbags with his binoculars on, giving information to our crew over here in the M7 Priest, which will be firing also into the kill zone. So this is going to be just a zone of devastation. That's exactly what we want. We're going to get some barbed wire on the left side, also built. So, even if you were heavily outgunned by the German forces coming in, with all this, these ideas, we're going to put that back over there and get some more anti-personnel. So he's got a ton of anti-personnel pop-up mines, I think they are. And that will be our last. We're going to be anti-personnel mines this time, all across if any soldiers get past the barbed wire. In fact, we want to funnel the soldiers to our kill zone of pop-up mines, which are going to be just in front. Probably just up here, all pop-up mines. So we'll grab one soldier with some barbed wire. Have him go to the engineer truck. And we can grab some. Looks like the barbed wire is gone. We used up all the barbed wire. We'll find our barbed wire guy again. Let's get this guy over here. So what you would want to do is make sure you got your barbed wire. Here's a barbed wire guy. And we'll have him continue to put some barbed wire in front up here. I'm not sure if it matters in front or back. Hit the shift button, do some barbed wire. Not so close that they're going to get wonky this time, but of course you're going to want to place them correctly. And this will guide any enemy soldiers to our pop-up mine kill zone, which is going to be right up in here. So let's grab our pop-up guy. He should be ready. This guy. We'll grab some more pop-up mines. Alright, so now we got two guys with pop-up mines. So guys ready. Artillery guy, another guy to call in artillery. And he can be up here, laying down over there, behind some sandbags. Alright, so now we have our anti-personnel mines. Hold down the shift key and we're going to just, all over here is going to be anti-personnel mines. Rows and rows of them for any soldiers that sneak through all our defenses. Actually, it'd be better to put them over here, but I think you get the idea. You want to, wherever you think enemy soldiers might be. That they may actually walk. So that's it for this video. In the next video we may show the Germans actually, I may take a bunch of Germans, a big convoy of Germans, and have them attack automatically with the AI and just see how well we can defend this zone. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next part of this video.